Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always repping.
Hey guys, this is Worggy, and today we'll be playing American Truck Simulator. And this is a game that both me and Little play on a fairly regular basis. And the particular game I'll be playing today will be online mode as well. And on online mode, you'll notice that there really isn't a whole lot of traffic. The only traffic you can have is other trucks pretty much. So a little less to worry about. But fun nonetheless. I'm playing on the US server right now, and it actually has about 300 trucks on it. I'm sure, during busier times we'll have a lot more than that as well. And there's also a Euro Truck Simulator, which is pretty much an identical game, just obviously over on the Europe side instead of the US side. Alright, and here's where we're going to pick up our first load. Alright, and this is a fairly cheap load, but we'll take it anyway. It's really just not worth driving all the way across to another state to pick up a load. Even though you might make a little bit more money, you'll be wasting more in gas and time pretty much than it's really worth normally. So I normally just pick up whatever's local. There we go. And in this game you also can get traffic tickets, stuff like that. So you do need, it will pretty much eat away at your income if you don't obey the laws. But you can get by if you do want to speed and you do want to run red lights and stuff. You can get by. It's not gonna make or break you, but you will make quite a bit less because those will be going out the door in traffic tickets. And this is actually the first time I've played online mode on American Truck Simulator. I played it for quite some time on Euro Truck Simulator and had an absolute blast with it. They do actively ban people that try to troll the servers. So you'll run across people that will try to T-bone you and just destroy your truck. Players like that will get banned from the servers and not be allowed back. But it does happen. But unfortunately, I really haven't had any experience with that. And most of the people that have wrecked me, it was just an honest mistake, and they were very apologetic, so. And there's all kinds of actual companies in the game, and you'll be able to pick up all kinds of distances. Anywhere from short distance all the way. Right now in American Truck Simulator there is only 3 states, which is California, Nevada, and Arizona. Eventually they will be adding all of these states, but that is a long time to come, so I wouldn't buy this game expecting to have the entire United States anytime even soon. That will be several years down the road before that will ever happen. But this is a very popular game for a simulator, and so is Euro Truck Simulator as well. And especially on online mode, I would suggest, like, I've seen people all the time just blow through red lights and stuff like that. On online mode, like I told you guys, you can get banned for destroying people's trucks. So I would definitely at least advise at intersections and places where other trucks could be to at least look at the intersection so you don't wreck someone else's truck. Any truck you see on online mode, like those 2 trucks I just passed, those are actual players. So if you run into an actual truck, then you're actually damaging a real player's truck. I guess I can turn the windshield wipers off. It's not really raining much. And the graphics really aren't very bad for a lower end game. Yeah, it's not made by a high-end developer, so you have to have a little bit lower expectations. But like I said, guys, me and Lil have a blast with this game. We play it quite often. And you can play this with a controller, keyboard, or steering wheel. I would highly advise, if you're wanting to get more enjoyment out of the game, to get a steering wheel. If you can't afford a steering wheel, or just don't want to get one for whatever reason, then I would at a minimum use a mouse. I have the Xbox controller for PC, and it is extremely difficult to steer your truck with it. Just too hard to keep it steady. And I'm sure there are people out there that have no problems at all controlling your truck. But like I said, you're really going to have a lot more fun with the steering wheel. And I would really suggest getting one. I was using I tried a controller at first, and it's just too hard to control your truck. So I eventually went to the mouse until I was able to pick up a steering wheel. And there are plenty of them that are fairly inexpensive out there that you could pick up. But, like Little Bear, she uses a mouse and doesn't have very many difficulties at all with it either. Now the steering wheel is obviously going to give you a more distinct advantage because it's a lot easier. And plus, depending on which one you pick up, most of them have plenty of keys that you can hotkey stuff to and stuff like that. So. And the game does have a speed limit. If you guys look in my lower right corner, you'll see the speed limit's 55. And if I was to go over that, I could get a ticket. Plenty of people will just go ahead and go above it. That's really your call, and if you want to get the ticket or not. I typically just stick to the speed limit. I don't really see a reasoning on going above it. But there's people like Little that think speed limits are there to be broke. So. And you'll also have an estimated how much time basically it's going to take you to complete your current load. And again, if you look in the lower right hand corner, I have 92 miles remaining. And approximately that's going to take me 2 hours and 20 minutes in game. That's not real time. Pretty much, I'm just taking a guesstimate here, but it's about 1 minute for every second of in-game. And as you guys can see, like I told you before, there's absolutely no traffic on the road. So you could easily, if you wanted, you could easily just, push the speed limits on online mode fairly easily. But let's go ahead and I don't do this very often, but we'll go ahead and speed it up a little bit. Just to show you guys that you can actually get tickets. But keep in mind, this does have realistic physics, and if you take a corner, you're going to flip your entire truck, unload, and do damage to both. So you want to be at least cautious when speeding. You don't want to get too crazy with it, because if you hit a sharp corner, then you're going to tip that truck for sure. I'm going about 75 miles an hour right now. Oh, if you have to get a ticket, maybe online modes disable tickets, because you see you got them, but I don't appear to be getting them. Alright, and we're approaching our destination. Alright, and here's where our drop-off is. Now you can choose to actually park it if you want. I typically will just do the fast way of doing it. Actually, I believe on online mode you actually have to park it, so never mind. On single player you can just skip the parking. There we go. And there we go, we got an excellent. And we made all the money, which is $3,069. And I restarted a new profile just for this, so I could show you guys what it'd be like when you first start off in this game. Alright. And now we go pick up a new load. Again guys, I typically just go right where I delivered it to. And I select a load from here pretty much. Alright, we'll go ahead and just select the hay.
What are you doing?
And there's our load, it's straight back. Alright, and this trip's going to be a total of 300 miles. And we'll kick it up again on this one, and we'll test a little better to see if actual tickets get issued and online or not. On single player, I believe you can disable them. I typically don't. But with all the traffic and stuff, it does slow you down quite a bit. So online mode, speeding will be a little more acceptable than single player just because there is quite a bit of traffic. And to really do a lot of speeding, where you're going substantially faster than traffic, you'd have to be taking shoulders and stuff like that, which Little Bear's not against. So it's not to say you can't do it. There's another truck right there, and again guys, any truck you see in game, those are actual players. And you can actually go online, there's plenty of fan sites and stuff like that where they'll be setting up convoys, and you can actually go, you know, through certain areas. They'll set an area from this area to this area. So let's say from like Los Angeles to Phoenix, and there might be 10 players that will be doing a convoy, which is just a group of trucks that are driving together from that area to that area. And it's pretty cool. They're actually setting up a public convoy, which actually happens on the 1st of October. And it's going to be a worldwide convoy, so who knows how large that's going to be. So there was another truck that passed us. So as you guys can see, this game is fairly active. We've already seen 4 players, and I haven't even been really playing that much or driven that far. So and I have a much lower end truck. You can get a lot of different trucks other than this particular type. There are all kinds. And if you're in the online mode, they will not allow you to do the mods. There are a few of them that work on online, but you're not going to be able to do anything too extravagant on online. It's pretty limited. But on single player, there's tons of mods. You can get engine mods, you can get new skins for trucks. There's just all different types. I mean, if there's a way of making a mod, there's a mod out there for it. This is a very popular game for modding, and so there's just thousands of different kinds of mods. There's mods where you can add like real company names in the game. There's mods for more realistic gas prices. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. There's map mods. There's plenty of like if you want to add more content to the game, there's mods out there that have already added several other states that the actual developers haven't yet. But when you're talking about a mod, you need to have a little bit lower expectations and understand they are adding more content, but not at the same quality that the developers would be. And they will be a little bit more buggy, and when the patches hit, you can expect that map probably be broken for a few days. And you do have to set up underneath a new profile. So when, for example, a new patch hits, it might be a couple days before you're able to get on your main profile, so to speak. And it does rain. I know you guys have been seeing all this rain. It does rain harder than this. This isn't, like, you can actually go into basic full-blown storms and stuff like that where you pretty much have to use your windshield wipers. And again, since we were speaking about mods previously, there's even mods to make the raindrops look a little more realistic. And so, I mean, just tons and tons of stuff you can do in this game. I particularly like the online mode, but every now and then I'll jump on single player as well, so it really just depends on what you like doing. And like, again guys, Euro Truck Simulator in this game, even though American Truck Simulator is more recent, they're pretty much the exact same game. I mean, if you played both of them, you're not going to notice some big drastic change from one game to the other. Alright, looks like we've got about 100 miles left. And there's also, like, there's an in-game radio where you can add music files, and you can even play, you know, whatever kind of music you like listening to. I mean, the game's pretty realistic as far as what you could actually do in a truck. See, the rain's starting to pick up now, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn on my windshield wipers. And one of the nice, you know, again, it depends on if you're wanting realism. If you want more realistic, single player is probably a little more realistic. You're not going to run across what would typically be a busy road in real life and it be completely empty like this. Online's completely pretty much empty except for actual players. So when you see someone driving, you know that's an actual player driving and not, you know, just some robot basically. But I like the online just because I can just kick back and drive and not have to worry about running into a bunch of cars. But if you're wanting more realistic, I would go single player. If you're wanting to have fun with friends and stuff, I'd definitely go with the multiplayer. But in my experience as well, just adding on to that, is most people that play single player play it because you can do mods, and so they're actually beating what most people's reasoning would be for playing it, and that's so they can have even more of an advantage than you would online. Online, really the only advantage you have is there's no traffic on the road. But most people that are playing single player, and see I'm starting to run low, oop, about to miss my turn. And you gotta be careful doing what I'm doing right now, because I could back into another truck fairly easily. Alright, here we go. And we're now coming up on our destination. But as I was saying earlier, most people that are playing single player, they're using all kinds of mods and giving them far more advantage than just simply not having traffic would. So in my personal opinion, I still prefer multiplayer over the single player. And here we are at our destination. I need to get turned around here so I can park it correctly. And that's all there is to it. Another excellent. And $4,900 is what we made, and we probably leveled up. Yep, there we go. Every time you level up, you get to select, you can longer distances, higher cargo values, fragile cargo, better gas mileage, and you can get all these different licenses to be able to carry different cargo as well. I'll go ahead and select one of those too. That's what I'll go with. But basically, guys, I just wanted to show you this game. I think it's awesome. So does Little. And as you guys can see, as I was playing, it is a fairly popular game. And I think if you haven't tried this out and you're in the simulators, you should at least give it a try. You can pick it up on Steam, fairly inexpensive. And there's plenty of extra states that will be coming in the form of DLCs. So if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. Let me know what you think of it. Comment below if you like it or dislike it. And other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and sub, and I'll see you next time.